Welcome to RotoWire Fantasy Hockey Quick Hits, where I'll run you through all the news from around the league today. Starts off with the fact that Artemi Panarin will not be in action for the Rangers tonight. Biggest impact from his absence is going to be the fact that Alexis Lafreniere moves into the second line role for them. They'll also get Colin Blackwood tonight, and he could be in line for a third line spot as part of that trickle-down effect with Panarin out. But obviously, that's a big injury. Look for Lafreniere to have increased fantasy value, but perhaps also increased drafted percentage. We've also got in St. Louis, Colton Parayko will be back in action, while Sammy Blais and Marco Scandella miss out. None of these guys would have been huge impacts, although I do find myself using Sammy Blais periodically when he fits into a third line role for the Blues, just as a depth kind of cheaper option. We've also got Oliver Ekman Larson, as we talked about yesterday. He will be in action tonight. So good news for the Coyotes there. Again, the player most likely to see a dip in fantasy value with that is Jacob Chychrun. And then Christian Fischer, a game time call tonight. I would expect him to be a top six winger for them if fully fit. Maybe they give him a few less minutes tonight just to fill out, work his way back from injury. But overall, I would expect top six. So another player that could have plenty of value. There's some other news around the league that's more going to impact tomorrow. Starts with Zach Werenski will be back in action for the Blue Jackets. He's off to a slow start this year, but he'll pair up with Seth Jones, and those two are pretty dynamic together. Matt Murray is out with an upper body injury, which means Marcus Hogberg will get the start for Ottawa tomorrow. So in my humble opinion, that means stack whatever team is going up against the Senators, although that's been a pretty common strategy all season long. Darren Helm won't play for the Detroit Red Wings tomorrow. Again, kind of a minor DFS value there. Anthony Beauvillier is a game time call tomorrow. Obviously, a little more impact because he'll slot into that top six role if fully fit, and can certainly be a player you look at. And finally, Matt Zuccarella is trending towards a Tuesday debut. No confirmation yet, but they still are. It appears he's on track. So we have a bit of a timeline for when the Rangers will get him back. In terms of tonight's two-game slate and who the starting netminders are going to be, we are going to see Yaroslav Halak tonight. He'll go for the Bruins, and he will face off with Igor Shesterkin for the Rangers. Not too surprising on either of these. Halak had watched the last three games for Tuukka Rask going, and Shesterkin has been splitting the duties with Alexander Georgiev. For St. Louis, again, no surprise here. Jordan Binnington gets the start. Expect him to see most of the games this year, and probably for the most part, he'll only not start when they're in a back-to-back situation. On the other side, we don't have confirmation for the Coyotes yet, but we're expecting it to be Darcy Kemper that gets the nod for them. This has been your RotoWire Fantasy Hockey Quick Hit.
Please like our video and subscribe to RotoWire. Then go to rotowire.com/pod for a free 10-day trial.